What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Verse Crypto channel. Today, we got another awesome live stream. As most of you guys know, I like Pulsechain. I like a lot of different blockchains. But we need to revisit something. It has a lot to do with PDI, and something big was just found by the research group. And shout out to my boy Coach X. If you guys haven't followed Coach X on Twitter, please go check him out on Twitter when you get a chance. But ultimately, after doing a little bit of research, we found an interesting wallet that puts another side of the story to the PDI pegging theory. And this is extremely important. And we're going to dive into this wallet. I'm going to show you what we found and how does this impact the entire PDI narrative. Because in my opinion, based off of this piece of evidence, this is an absolute game changer. And not a lot of people are talking about it within the Pulsechain community. So we're going to dive into that today. Got some meme coins popping off, and seems like you guys like meme coins right now, and I found something really, really cool when it comes to meme coin narratives. Pulsechain is going through a little bit of a crazy bull run, especially when it comes to the altcoins and the meme coin space. So I want to get through the PDI stuff, talk a little bit about some of these other altcoins that could potentially interest you, and we'll just keep it moving. So while everyone jumps in and gets into the live stream, let's just talk a little bit about where we're sitting at with the price of Bitcoin. So if you guys have been following me, I've been trying to do some TA and just slowly just building up and trying to understand how the price works. So basically, we have this resistance line and we have this support line. And for the longest time, we've been trading right around this 42,690 support line. And we've been coming up to this resistance and we've been testing it out. Now, if I go over here to the 4 hourly, something I noticed was we came up, touched it once, came down, touched it twice, 3 times, 4 times, and then we went for that 5th touch. We broke up to the upside next to another resistance line, came down, and then we basically tested this twice, and now we're coming back down to that same support line. So overall, we're trading sideways. The big prediction that I'm seeing right now with the price of Bitcoin going into later on this month is we have the FOMC meeting. And with this FOMC meeting, there's speculation that we could potentially pivot on interest rates. And so basically what that means is we go from the dollar being quote unquote deflationary, meaning the central banks just try and remove as many of these dollars out of circulation and reduce the amount of dollars being lent for mortgages, loans, et cetera, to basically essentially going down so that we go from negative interest rates to positive. No, excuse me. Basically, we go from positive interest rates and we start reducing over time so more money hits the market out in circulation. Now, the reason why that's important when we pivot, if you look at any time we pivot on the stock market, you see stocks have a mild crash. You see the housing market has a crash. You see every single financial asset have some sort of crash when we pivot on interest rates. So basically we go up and then we come back down. And right when we're coming back down, that's when we get impacted. And so the speculation is we might get some news of our first interest rate reduction towards the end of this month, and that might impact the price of Bitcoin. Not financial advice. But I'm throwing that out there, and I do firmly believe we will get some sort of correction before we get into the Bitcoin halving. So that's just my overall thoughts. But overall, we're just going to be trading sideways for the next couple of weeks. Now, let's go over to crypto bubbles and see what's crack-a-lacking. SCI, very big fan favorite. A lot of people like this because there's no tokens being released onto the market until this summer. So I could definitely see this shoot up to maybe a $25 billion to a $30 billion market cap. And then when that token dilution hits this summer, there's a good chance that we're going to see the price of this token get hit hard. So a lot of people are jumping in this. I know Crypto God John loves this token. So that's one of his picks. My favorite one, BitSensor baby, doing pretty good, 278. I think, yeah, so we're down a little bit. It was at 357. We hit a bottom at 221, and now we're at 273. So it's starting to bottom out a little bit, but a very big AI pick in this run. And a lot of people really, really like this. So definitely a really great coin. Now let's go to the top 200, see what's crack-a-lacking. I still don't know what this dog thing is, so I'm not going to even try to figure out what it is. PIF Network, Oracle on Solana. Pretty much anything on Solana is going to be really, really good. And then Tezos. All right, so I want to say one thing about Tezos before I get to the good stuff. I'm just waiting for people to get into the live stream. But Tezos has a very strong narrative when it comes to decentralized social media. And I've actually got into this token. I don't know if it was like $9 or maybe it was $8.50. It was somewhere right around here I got in. But ultimately, I think this is going to be a good competitor when it comes to competing with the likes of Facebook, Twitter, the whole 9 yards. So I would check this out. I do know this was the owner that Richard Heart made cry on stream, which is pretty funny. But as for the narrative, replacing it and creating decentralized social media, I like that. And I think, in my opinion, this could be absolutely playing. This could definitely head to the billions of dollars in market cap. All right. That's enough of altcoins. Now, let's go through your questions and comments, and then we'll just keep it track-a-lacking. Vets in Crypto, shout out to you. Hex Pimp, wonderful, started up. We have a latecomer. What's happening here? Oh, 44 minutes. Oh, I think what happened was the time on this video was wrong, and I guess, I don't know if it was on my end or something. It probably was on my end, but it was actually supposed to be at 6:33, and that's what I tweeted out to be. So my apologies, guys. Dallas G, Fresh Alpha. Shout out to Dallas G. Good to have you. Mad Swar, what's up, man? Good to have you. Crypto Compassion, what's up, brother? It's good to see you, man. CRSM, yo, what up? Just got back from a glassy Dawn Patrol. Yee! Oh, that's awesome, man. Dude, Dawn Patrol is awesome, dude, especially when it's like really glassy. And what CRSM was talking about was basically when the waves are nice and smooth and they just go up and down, they're not choppy and just glassy. Those are the best times to go out and surf. So yeah, I hope you have a really good surf session. Yo, mommy, PDI wifey, changing monies, please. Yes, sir. Roger B, a dog with a hat. Yes, sir. Mr. Lil Mac, shout out to Mac, man. Shout out to my brother Mac. Hope you're doing, brother. Crypto Elite, love. Yeah, shout out to you, man. Sorry about that, man. Crypto Incognito. Yo, yo, yo. Good to see ya. Matt Sawyer. See ya, Chris. See you later, bud. All right. Now, let's talk a little bit about what has happened recently in Pulsechain. So, basically, most of you guys probably know who I am from the PDI movement. Some people knew who I was before that, but that's one of the things that really got me a lot. Well, basically, that's one of the things that a lot of people found out who I was through that movement because I did live streams on it. Now, when PDI was happening, we were going through and we were monitoring things on the blockchain, and we saw a bunch of really crazy things. Like, for example, the MakerDAO contract was being changed. We saw the transfer of the MakerDAO over to the Lido DAO, and essentially the Lido DAO is supposed to be the DAO for the entire PDI governance council. And then also on top of that, we had anonymous payments, and we also had funds being transferred through an anonymous bridge through BlockBlend. So this whole PDI pegging narrative was the biggest craze during the Pulsechain bear market. Now, if we come back over here and we look at when the PDI pegging came out, it happened right around here, I would say early August to the late part, and that's when we started to see the huge massive run up of PDI. Since then, Pulse has been just running, and then finally Richard Heart announced on this day. So on this day, Richard Heart announced he's fighting the SEC, and then also on top of that, it turns out that there was an anonymous, well, not anonymous, but it was an OA connected wallet that was slowly buying Pulse, PulseX, and Hex, and that's what skyrocketed us back up to sacrifice levels, which means if you sacrifice, you're officially above profit, which is really, really awesome. Now, if we just take a look at PDI, during that same time period that I was pointing out, PDI just absolutely ripped. And now we're starting to get the next leg up since we had a massive correction on PDI. Now, this is where things get very interesting, because when we started getting into PDI, we thought we found everything on the blockchain. We basically was able to track transactions. You guys can go through my past videos. I go through every single sequence up until we found the developer. But there's one thing we miss. And this is something very, very interesting behind the whole PDI pegging theory. And so the one thing that we missed was there is actually a really big wallet on the Pulsechain that's connected to 3 other wallets. And this wallet set up liquidity between a bunch of PRC20 pairs, including your favorite one, PDI. Now, I'm going to do a quick screen share. And we're going to go through this wallet because this is important. And in my opinion, this wallet might have a certain connection to somebody, but I'm going to leave that towards the end or when I give you the evidence. I want to give you the evidence first about this wallet, and then I want to connect the dots, and then I want to tell you my conclusion of what I think is happening. So I'll leave you guys on the edge, you know, leave you guys suspenseful. So basically, there's this wallet called 0x389, and we'll call it the 2822 wallet. And if you guys are into numerology, you probably really like that number. And so if we come down here, you guys can see the first thing you're probably going to see is there's $10 million worth of assets. And in this wallet, there's $4 million of Pulse. There's $2 million worth of wrap BTC. So a large portion of this wallet address has the BTC, which we'll go over a little bit in a minute. Then we also have Uniswap, USDC, Ape, Zen, Gala, yada, yada, yada. Now here's something interesting. If we go through this wallet. So this wallet has a thick pairing between PulseX, Hex, wrap BTC, wrapped ETH, USDC and USDT and DAI. This is bridged over Ethereum DAI. And we're talking right around $250,000. And then this wallet also has, I'm gonna zoom in on this real quick. PDI Pulse, it has over $178,000 of LP between these two tokens. So this is just a summary of what we look at. Now, if we go and we just take a look at this specific wallet, you can come over here to the transactions, and I have another tab for the transactions, but actually, and you can come down here and scroll all the way down. And so what I did was I actually did that right here. So if you come over here to the same wallet that I'm showing you right here, see the $10 million, and you come through, you can see every single transaction on this wallet. You can see the LPs that it's done. You can see the tokens that was sent to and from this wallet, and we scroll all the way down to the bottom. Now, something interesting that you can see with this wallet is if you look and you zoom in very, very closely, you can see right here, there's a multi-call on May 12th, 2023. So from my understanding with these multi-calls, this means when you interact with some sort of contract on the blockchain, and it's usually on the user end, and they're just interacting with it, which means whoever owns this wallet was on May 12th, 2023. Now, if you guys are into the Pulsechain and you know something, the public didn't know Pulsechain was active until May 13th, 2023. So whoever was using this wallet was before the public was active. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind because the story gets crazier. So when I zoom out, you're going to see a bunch of these random tokens. I'm not going to go through every single one of them. And then the big one is we had over $784 million worth of Pulse and $320 million worth of PulseX sent to this wallet. So that's about 6.3 trillion Pulse. I think that's about 6.7 trillion PulseX. That's a huge position in this blockchain. I think there's only like 143 trillion in existence. So that's like a whale address. And it was sent straight to this address May 12th, 2023. So we scroll up and we look at some of the contract interactions, and we've seen a lot on that May 12th day. Keep in mind, this was before Pulsechain was launched. So then, May 13th, it was announced Pulsechain has officially launched. And right when that happened, we saw a few test transactions here, and then we saw 6.7 trillion PulseX sent to another wallet address. We saw 6.3 trillion Pulse sent to another wallet address, and we saw 37, well, I'll just say $500,000 worth of PulseX. What was that? 37 million Hex sent to another wallet address. So if you come over here and you click on all these wallets, it'll pop up the next screen. So the first one was this Pulse wallet right here. $312 million was sent to this other address. And if you come over here to the transactions and you just look at this, the one thing you can see is there's not that much when it comes to wallet interactions with this specific wallet. All it shows is it received 6.7 trillion PulseX and then 100,000 Pulse. And then there's times where we send it back to that same wallet, the 2822 wallet, and we'll go over that in a second. Cool. So we got that one. This is the PulseX one. And then if we scroll down here, let's see. So for this one is the Pulse bag that I was showing earlier. So if we come over here to transactions, and I'm just going to go over to Pulse. Now I scroll down here, and if we just look at all the Pulse transactions on this specific blockchain, and we go all the way to the bottom, this one received $6.3 trillion worth of Pulse. And it's basically been holding here. It's been sending some to and back to that 2822 wallet. And it's just been interacting, and for the most part, and it just has a few small transactions. Now, and then the last one, we have a big hex forked wallet address. And I want to show you the transactions like this. So basically, we have about 500,000 hex and then 100,000 Pulse. Now, you might be asking yourself, Kris, all right, why did I just go through all that? Now, if you go through, you can see that all three of these tokens were sent to those three different wallet addresses. On top of that, each of those wallet addresses got each 100,000 Pulse. So if I come over here to the PulseX and I come down here, 100,000 Pulse, the transaction is right here, 100,000 Pulse. And you can verify that on every single one of these wallet addresses that it was being received 100,000 Pulse from the 2822 wallet. Now, when we scroll up here and we start to look at what was happening with this specific wallet address, the one thing that we saw liquidity was added to 1-inch in Wrap Pulse in USDT, Wrap Pulse in USDC, Wrap Pulse in Shiba, Matic, Crow, and then PDI right here. PDI had liquidity added to Wrap Pulse from this specific wallet, and this wallet was accessed on May 12th, 2023. Right here, baby. Right here. I'm gonna zoom in on this real quick. Right here. I went where'd it go? Is this it? Yeah, here you go. $178,000 worth of Wrap Pulse was set up on May 23rd, 2023 with this massive wallet address that has a connection to 6.3 trillion Wrap Pulse. Now, if I come up here, we see the same thing with Link, Staked ETH, and FTX, Phantom, and then yada, yada, yada. Now, the one thing I want to do is I want to zoom forward to 625. And this is going to be very interesting because something big happened on 625 for the Pulsechain. So if I come up here to 625, we had liquidity in this wallet address, which was added between the BIN token, the Wrap BTC fork, Pepe and Wrap Pulse, Shiba Inu and Wrap Pulse, Sand and Wrap Pulse, Hedron Wrap Pulse, and then the list just goes on and on. And then also Icosa, and then Magic Internet Money. All right, and then the big ones, Aave, Maker, and Gala. So on 625, we had all these LPs added up. Now, the reason why that's extremely important was on these specific dates, believe it or not, RichardHeart launched the yield farms for PulseX. And so he added yield farms for Aave, Pepe, what was the other one? Link, I believe, Shiba, and I can't remember the rest, and Wrap BTC. So right around this same time, this wallet address was adding LP for Wrap BTC, Pepe, Aave, and all of these tokens. Now, here's where things get interesting. So if I scroll up, there's a bunch of tokens and LPs that were added. Now, if I scroll up to 7.7, this is where things get extremely interesting because on 7.7, that's when all those LPs were removed from the PulseX yield farm. And on that same exact day, when all those farm pairs were removed, if I come over here, we had removed liquidity between Pepe and Pulse. We had removed liquidity between Wrap BTC and Pulse. And then we also had that happen again with Wrap BTC. And then Aave and Pulse. Link and Pulse. Uniswap and Pulse. All the tokens that were on the yield farm had liquidity removed and unpaired on that same exact day. We saw these pairings basically removed from the PulseX yield farms. And the reason why this happened was I wasn't sure if it had something to do with the upcoming SEC lawsuit. I wasn't sure if it was some sort of marketing tool. I don't know if it was because the maxis were being maxis and being Karens of the blockchain and just attacking. But essentially, if you look at when this wallet was adding LP pairs and removing it, it coincides when we had the announcement of, you know, the Pepe, Chainlink, Aave, yada yada, Wrap BTC, yield farm pairs on PulseX. So that's another piece of evidence that I'm seeing. So on May 12th, we saw this wallet address being interacted with, and then we got to January, February, March, April, May, June. We got to 625. That's when the PulseX yield farms came out, and then 7.7. Well, right around that time, right around 625, and then 7.7. That's when we had them removed, and that also coincides. So that's another big piece of information going on there as well. And so, if we just keep going through and looking up, we get to the end of this wallet. Now, why is all this important? Because we have this main wallet right here, and we basically have 3 other wallets. So this is the main wallet that's used for LP pairs. This is the main wallet that's used to hold PulseX. So this is a PulseX wallet that is sent pairs to. And then right here, this is a Wrap Pulse wallet. This has over $776 million worth of Wrap Pulse. And then the last one is our Hex wallet right here. So how this usually works is anybody who's big in crypto or has a lot of money, you don't have one wallet with all your assets in one. You split it up. For example, I have an HBAR wallet. I have an Ethereum wallet. I have a Pulsechain wallet. I have an Arbitrum wallet. I have a wallet for every specific blockchain, just in case if one of them gets hacked, I don't lose all my assets. It's the same exact process with what we see here for this specific wallet. And so the reason why I say that is all these assets that were sent from that LP wallet is connected to that wallet because it is the same exact person. And the reason why I want to throw that out there is because if we go back to which wallet is this one? This is the Pulse wallet. No, this is the PulseX wallet. So if we go back to this one, you guys can see right here, it sent $138,000 worth of PulseX on 625 to the 38992822 wallet. If I come back here, this is the 38992822 wallet. So the wallets are continuing interacting, going on to the future after that transaction happened. And I'm pretty sure that PulseX that was sent over there was also used to do some more pairings before we had that PulseX yield farm pairing announcement. Now, the reason why I want to point all this out and go through every single little detail is because there's a good chance that this wallet might be tied to one of Richard Heart's team members, or maybe just Richard Heart directly, because the amount of Pulse and PulseX being in these specific wallets, that's a lot of money. Also, on top of that, this wallet address was being used on May 12th, 2023. And because of that, no one knew Pulsechain was out and live on May 12th. It was announced to the public on May 13th. So in my opinion, I think this is one of these wallet addresses that's being used to set up LP between major PRC20 pairs and also PulseX and Hex. Because if we go and we just look at the portfolio just right off the bat, and let's just look at the farm pairs. We have a thick pairing between PulseX, Hex, Wrap BTC, and DAI. And the reason why this is set up is because DAI is one of the stable coins that is being bridged over from Ethereum, and it's a great place to take profit on. This is DAI from Ethereum. Number 2, it's one of Richard's most favorite stable coins, he really likes eDai because it's not centralized and controlled by one entity. And because we have such thick liquidity pairing set up through this wallet, in my opinion, there's a connection. On top of that, there was also forked pDai and PLS, and LP was set up 1 month after the launch of Pulsechain. And basically, whoever controls this wallet address had an intention of supporting pDai by setting up this initial LP. On top of that, we have pairings between Shiba Inu and Pulse. We have pairings between 1inch and Pulse. We have pairings between Crypto.com, Quant. And we also have this wallet setting up a thick LP between Hedron and Pulse, only $12,000. So if you guys look at what's happening here, the main goal of this wallet is to add a bunch of liquidity to the chain so that we can go through and swap and exchange, because with these initial LPs being set up so early, this allowed smaller users to get in, swap in and out tokens, not have to eat so much slippage, and that was the main purpose of this wallet. On top of that, if we scroll up here, this wallet also owns a bunch of wrap BTC. And what I find really interesting was it had a massive LP between wrap BTC and Pulse right around the PulseX yield farms. But also, this thing has $2 million worth of these tokens, which is 32,000. And so from my understanding, there's 150,000 wrap BTC on the market. Half of that is in the Aave protocol, and that's basically like the lending protocol. You can do like crypto loans with your digital assets. And then I believe of that half, another half is basically owned by this wallet, if I'm doing the math correctly. Yeah, so another half is owned by this wallet. So the amount of wrap BTC actually out there on the market being traded is actually like a fourth of what you actually think. And so based on what I'm seeing, I think this wallet is definitely tied to Richard Heart and his team, and I do believe that this wallet had the intention of adding liquidity to pDai so that it can set up the initial stages for the Peginning Movement. And that's one crazy thing that we're seeing. So overall, this is absolutely huge, and I'll come over here and I'll drop this wallet address in the chat if you guys want to check it out. Let me do a wallet drop. Cool. So I dropped the wallet address. If you guys just want to check it out and just look over for me, you'll see the connection between the Pulsechain, the PulseX, and the Hex, and everything in there. And this is something that CoachX was looking at and finding. And it's probably one of the craziest things, because with this wallet address, not only is it adding value to pDai, but also it's trying to add value to all these other PRC20s. And I think the ultimate goal is to reach this point where a lot of these popular ERC20s can potentially reach parity with their ERC20 counterpart. And in my opinion, this wallet is setting up the foundation. Plus, it's like almost $1 billion worth of like wrap Pulse, PulseX, and Hex. So let me see if I got let me see if I got any questions or anything here. So Dijon, Matt's here. Today was a ducky day. Shout out to you, man. Dijon Gem Hunter, good to see you, man. Here for the alpha. Fox Murder, what's the announcement? Just joining. Dijon Gem Hunter, some interactions with pDai and a wallet which was active on Pulse prior to launch. Good stuff. Shout out to you guys. CRS, hit that like hit that like button, home brace. Excuse me, I can't talk right now. Greg Hall, I think we are due for some of those PLS PulseX gains to start finding their way to pDai field. The next leg up could be quite explosive. Yeah, I couldn't agree. With you. I agree with you a lot, man. So really good stuff. Yeah, and then also the other thing I also want to show you guys that was pretty savage that I saw with this wallet address that made me think of something else. Let's see if I can find it. Because when I was looking at a swap with one of these wallet addresses, there's an interesting transaction that I want to show you guys specifically. Okay. So also, if you look at if you look at the one that has over, I think it was 6.7 trillion PDI, and you come down here, it actually swapped exactD for tokens, and it swapped for this token right here. I'm not gonna say it because YouTube is going to censor me, but one of the only swaps on this wallet was for this token right here. So whoever's holding this wallet is also trolling as well. And if you guys go through that main wallet, just drop down to the chat, you click it, you'll find the $6.7 trillion wallet, and you can see whoever was working with it was an absolute troll. And also someone sent A1A to this wallet back in September 7th, and also B2B, which is also another thing that was pretty interesting. But for the most part, I haven't seen this wallet active since June 25th. January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, June 25th. So overall, what's my initial assessments of this? So the reason why this is important is because this wallet address that was accessed on May 12th that was adding liquidity to PDI has to be tied to the original team that was behind whether Pulsechain or maybe Richard himself. And so in my opinion, I do see somewhat of a connection between what's going on with that and what we're also seeing with the PDI and atropa narrative. Right now, there's a little bit of a speculation twist where you're trying to connect two sides together, but the fact that we found this massive whale wallet adding liquidity to PDI, that is absolutely huge. And also, it's adding liquidity to like Pepe, Wrap BTC, and the times when it was adding this liquidity also coincide to the PulseX yield farm. So in my opinion, I do see that there is a connection going on with this specific wallet, and this is a key piece of evidence behind the PDI pegging theory. It's also one of the main reasons why we're going to see much more price action behind PDI, just in my opinion. So that was a big announcement. I want to tell you guys about PDI. We found this wallet that's adding liquidity to it, and it was the same wallet that was also active before even Pulsechain was announced to the public. Now, we got some time left, so I want to go through some other stuff and talk about what's crack-lacking. As most of you guys know, we've been talking about meme coins, and I know a lot of people are really excited about meme coins on the blockchain. Now, I want to tell you guys about this one specific meme coin that's been absolutely blowing up, that's been going crazy. And I found out about this morning when I woke up at 6 a.m., and it's basically, I think it launched at like 3 a.m. or something. And the name of this project is Duck. And so if you guys can look right here on the Duck price right now, I have it on the 15-minute. For the 1 day, it's just a massive green candle, baby, all the way across. On the 4-hour, extremely bullish, but I like to go on the 15-hour, show you what happened. So basically, this project launched right around 2 a.m. this morning Eastern time. And then if we come over here close to the launch, this thing basically skyrocketed, an 80x from launch. And since it skyrocketed 80x from launch, now it's sitting at about a 47x from launch. And if we come over here and we drop it down a little bit, we're seeing a 42% dip in, I think this was like the past like 2 hours, a little bit of a correction. So overall, you know, nothing ever goes up forever. This chart is extremely bullish. It's only been out for a day. Let's see the market trend right now. Yeah, it looks like it's doing a bull flag right now. It's like slowly flagging out. So it looks like it's consolidating right now. There's a good chance we might see a little bit of upside. Now, you might be asking yourself, all right, so what's the whole point of this Duck thing? So I'm going to come over here to this website. I'm just going to show you what it is. Basically, you guys know Richard Heart. He has a Louis Vuitton duck, and you see it in his photos all the time. So someone had a really great idea to create a meme coin based on Richard Heart's Louis Vuitton duck called Duck. So this is actually pretty crazy. There's a strong narrative here because, look, we have the whole teddy bear thing. That thing went absolutely crazy. Now we got the duck, or the Louis Vuitton duck, and this thing's going absolutely bananas. We're sitting at about, what was it, $516,000 market cap. So it's pretty crazy. Now here's the story behind this meme token. Louis the Duck made a jubilant entrance into Pulsechain, eager to reunite with his best friend and become the top meme coins on the chain. Together, they embarked on a whimsical journey, infusing the decentralized landscape with humor and charm. Louis, with his flapping wings and distinctive quirkiness, quickly became the talk of the blockchain in this digital adventure. Teddy and Louis, an inseparable duo, converted a niche as the beloved icons of Pulsechain, leaving a pixelated trail of laughter and friendship. So basically, the idea of this is it's pairing that Duck is Bear's best friend. And so it's not necessarily like a spin-off narrative of Teddy Bear. It's basically its own narrative, but it's also based off of, Richard Heart's designer products. So overall, I like Duck. It's a really, really strong narrative. This thing 80x in one day. The market cap is sitting at about 516,000. I know you're probably saying, all right, the liquidity is really, really small. Well, there's actually liquidity on version 1, which I'll show you guys right now. For some reason, when I post that, people are like roast me. They're like, dude, liquidity's low. So this one over here has about 38K. So probably combined together right now, sitting at about 54K-ish. So if you use one of the Pulsechain routers, it'll swap part of it through each pool. So it's not too bad on the liquidity side. So not bad at all. But overall, I really, really like Duck. I like this narrative. And in my opinion, this could definitely be one of those types of projects that is picked up by a lot of people in this space, and it can resonate very, very well because it's not this weird spin-off with Bear. It's unique. It was grown organically, and we're already seeing a huge community being formed around it. And let me show you guys the Twitter right here as well. So look, monogram Duck. Louis the Duck. Jesus, man. Dude, these meme coins are getting so crazy. So, oh yeah, actually, and last thing, price prediction. So, well, what am I thinking with this specific meme coin? So it's been out for a day. It came up a lot, and right now it's probably going to have to correct a little bit. Now, the one thing I want to say is it's probably going to start flagging out here very, very soon. So we might see it trade sideways. We might see a little bit of downside, but there's a good chance that we might see more traction on social media. So it's probably going to come up, and then it's going to come down a little bit, and we could see some upside here as well. But overall, it's a very, very hot meme. It's one of the few memes that was all over Twitter. And, dude, this sucker's still under $1 million market cap because most of these meme coins go up to $1 million. What is Bear right now? That's a really great question. So Bear's 17.7. So if it were to get to the same market cap as Bear, then that's like a 34x from here is the best way to really, really think about it. And I just want to say one thing. I don't think this is a major competitor with Bear. I'm pretty sure everybody here is in Bear. I'm just always looking for, really good hype meme coins that could be right around the corner. Now, let's go check to see any more questions. We'll keep it moving. So, Crypto Holger, let's get this crypto. Shout out to you, Crypto Holger. Good to see you. Crypto Holger, don't sleep on Pulse Strip Garden. Grew my PDI holdings by 300%. Yes, sir. I haven't really done a video on Pulse Strip. I think it's a great platform. I need to do one in the future. Shout out to my homie Viber Finance. What's up, Adam? Everybody, please go check out Adam. Degen Gem Hunter, Duck to the Firmament. Man, guys, you guys got, go check out my boy Degen Gem Hunter, dude. I love this dude, man. He's an animal. Like, he's on Ethereum. He's on every meme coin on the Pulsechain. Like, honestly, you need to be following Degen Gem Hunter because that dude is absolutely on it. He's also one of the Twitter accounts that I turn on bell notifications for. So, yeah, man. Shout out to you, dude. Duck to the Firmament. Matt Sawyer, Darkwing Doug, Vets in Crypto, Bang Bang, Private Finance, what the duck, I'm wrecked. Matt Sir, that's funny, man. What the duck, I'm wrecked. Okay, cool. Now, there's another coin that actually came across my radar, and it was actually from one of our members in the 28th Wealth Group, and I'm not going to put his name out there because out of respect for his privacy, unless he wants me to, then I will. But he came across and he showed me this specific coin, and I found it to be very, very interesting. At first, I faded a little bit, but it's actually growing and a community scheme behind it. And I see a lot of PDI OGs jumping into it. And so the name of this coin is Bear Inu. So right now, Bear Inu, it's basically it's a meme coin very similar to Teddy Bear, and it's adding Teddy Bear, and then it's adding the Inu like Shiba Inu, and is bringing it together. And so right now, this token has a market cap of $301,000. And since it launched, man, this thing has been in a crazy uptrend. I'm going to see right here. I'll put it right here. And then let's just take a look at the overall price appreciation. Yeah, man. So this thing, dang, man. Holy smokes. This thing went up like a 75x. Holy cow. This is at like the duck level. Man, that is crazy. So since this launched down here, it's up about a 75x, and it's been absolutely running. We had a little bit of a correction on this side. So went down about 62%. And so the one thing that I'm seeing on this price chart is we're doing like an inverse head and shoulder. So we have a shoulder. So if we come over here, so shoulder right here. Then we come down here. We got a head right here. Yeah, actually, no, we'll say the shoulder's right here. Yeah. So we got shoulder. And so now we're coming back up here. And we're seeing another shoulder form. So if we get another little bit of a drawdown, then this is actually a bullish pattern, and we could see some upside on it as well. And so right now, I'm seeing a lot of people in the PDI community really, really push this token. And you know, I do think it has a strong narrative. I do think it follows what's going on with Teddy Bear. And to be honest with you, I'm so surprised it has done this well right now. So this is definitely a meme coin I'm looking at. It has a pretty good liquidity to market cap ratio. And also there's a lot of talk of Teddy Bear Inu on Twitter right now. So this is also another meme coin I've been looking at. You guys should check it out. I do think they have a Twitter and a Telegram group. So there's only like 100 people in the Telegram group. So this is going to be an absolute big sleeper. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see this on Shiltank. Now, the last one, and I'm going to keep it short because I'm pretty sure all you guys know this one. Blaster, baby. So if you guys don't know, Blaster, it's a meme coin based off of, I think it was an Elon Musk video game. And essentially what this meme coin is it has I think it was either 14% or 25% buy and sales tax. So basically there's a tax and it pays you out in pulse, and you basically just earn pulse and reflection reward. So when you buy in, you're just constantly earning pulse as you keep going up. And what's really crazy is, you know, people are coming in, buying, selling, and the volume's just going up, 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 and up. And people are just earning crazy amounts of wrap pulse. So since this was actually shilled on Crypto Kings, we had a run up of about, dang, man, this thing went up like 36x, man. Smokes. Oh, man, this is like a 60x. Dude, this is crazy. It's 60x over the course of like a week. Wow. This is so impressive. And so some of the chart dynamics behind this is we have the price of this token going up. And the reason why we haven't seen like a massive, massive correction is people are saying they're holding, they're earning reflection tokens. And through those reflection tokens, they're actually earning their profit out of the token. So if the price of the token goes up and then goes down, they're going to continue to earn pulse, earn pulse, earn pulse. So right now it becomes this weird game of who's just going to keep buying, who's just going to keep on selling. And so I've been following a lot of accounts, man, and people absolutely love this. Now, the other flip side is Blaster. The reason why Blaster is important is because this is tied to Elon Musk. If you guys type in Blaster, Elon Musk, it pulls up something about a video game, pulls up that old photo of him when he was like a teenager and stuff. And so the idea is there's like a narrative and a story. And anytime I say narrative, there's always a story behind a lot of these tokens. What is this story trying to target? So for example, Blaster is a video game through Elon Musk. And basically, if this specific token can get recognition, or if Blaster gets tweeted out, there's a good chance we could see this skyrocket as well. And this is the same case that I told you guys with the Louis token. I mean, excuse me, the Duck token. The Duck token has a story, and it's basically Louis Vuitton Duck, and it's richer as Duck. That's the story behind it, and that's the idea. And so that's what we're seeing with Blaster. So overall, I like Blaster. This thing's at a $14 million market cap. I would not be surprised if this thing gets up to 100 million. Based on the chart dynamics and also based on the volume that we're getting in here, dude, this volume is crazy. 142K 24-hour volume, 6 hours at 56K, 1 hour's at 8.3K. So overall, I mean, there's a lot of bullishness behind it, but also please keep in mind that, you know, the price of this token is going to go up, 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 up. But if we get a large sell-off, the price keeps dipping down, you will also lose momentum on these tax tokens, which is something I tend to find. So if you see this token slowly losing momentum, I would definitely tread extremely carefully. So definitely really good stuff. Yeah, so overall, that's most of the stuff I really wanted to talk about today. Let's see if we got any questions or anything. Cool. So definitely, you know, really, really great stuff. Overall, you know, that was the update with the whole PDI, the pegging theory. The one last thing I want to talk about is, you know, a lot of people are talking about Maria, and I got a few friends that love to follow what Maria's doing. And one thing I will say is I tread very carefully with what comes out of that account, because sometimes it doesn't make sense, or sometimes it's something weird and sketchy. And Holonomics was telling me that there's some sort of code behind it or whatnot, but I decided to stay away because I want something more concrete. I want to see something more on the blockchain. And this is something that is a really great piece of evidence that goes in favor of the PDI pegging theory, since this specific wallet is setting up liquidity between Wrap Pulse and PDI. So overall, how will this story end? I'm not really sure, man, but I'm truly very, very excited, and it's going to be awesome to see how this all plays out. So, yeah, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this specific wallet address, and if there's anything else you find within each of those wallets. And before I wrap this video up, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on bell notifications so I keep you guys updated with the latest, greatest news and information within this space. My name's Khaos Kris. I love every single one of you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, y'all.